What's up, trainers? It's Moose Punk here. Today we are again at Lincoln Park Zoo for Pokemon Go Community Day. And now you might be thinking, why do I always come here? I know I've been coming to Lincoln Park Zoo for a little bit now for these community days. And it's simply because there is no better place for community day, especially the Strip. So, as you guys can see on the screen here, as I'm walking here, from here till about that Donphan raid, that's pretty much a really good area to just go back and forth from. So that's pretty much what I do. I come here and I catch as many as I can. So I've been playing off camera for a little bit, and I've played for about 10 minutes and already got 4 shiny Eevees. So I mean, that's an amazing catch rate and shiny rate. So that is the biggest reason why I come down here. Now today was really stressful for me because I had some showings beforehand. So I was rushing to even get here, and I got here a little bit late. You guys can imagine the hell of parking around here. Now I gotta leave, maybe even a little early for my next showings afterwards. So just a very stressful time. And tomorrow I actually have an open house. Tomorrow, Sunday 1 to 4. So that pretty much ruins community day for me for tomorrow, which is another reason why it's very important that I am here playing today. So whew. After all that, I'm sweating, it's really hot. Having a little bit of login issues here, so hopefully that gets better. But still, 4 Eevees so far. Let's see how many more we can catch. Having just a little bit of service issues here and there. Not a huge deal. I can at least play, so hey, that's good. All right, so now we've made it, as I said, to that Donphan, and now we're headed on the way back. So that's pretty much the greatest trick I can give you guys here, is that's the range where I think it's like the hottest spawns. I think because that's where the most people walk and use their cell phones. And Pokemon Go is really good around any area where a lot of people use cell phone service. So that's why I think that this little strip here I keep talking about is like the greatest area. So I'm still at 4. It's about 1:50 now, so we're almost an hour into the event. 4 isn't bad, but I'm looking to get a lot more because, especially since I can't play tomorrow. So we'll just have to see how much total I get. So we keep grinding. Now we're going back the other way just to get these refresh spawns and see how many more shinies we can catch. The next shiny I get, I'll be back on with you guys to catch an AR Plus mode. Typically on days like this, I like to do at least 1 or 2 AR Plus modes. I'm always scared to death of them running, but I usually do it until I get burned on it just for you guys. So hopefully the next shiny, you'll see me catching it in AR Plus. Grind continues. I still have 4. My brother Majin Snail has 5 shinies already. Biznut, how many you got? 2. But they're spawning like crazy. It just seems like maybe the shiny rate's a little lower. Most likely since it's a 2-day event, I would guess.
Hey, number 6.
Oh, number 6 for Majin Snail. Oh my gosh, number 6. That's crazy. Now, as you guys can see, I'm having a little bit of issues here with my service. That's extremely frustrating, especially since I can't play tomorrow. So guys, with Sprint, be very careful playing this area. On Larvitar Day, everything worked for me perfectly fine. Then Community Day for Squirtle Day, I barely had any service here, so I was very frustrated about that. But I figured if they were testing something for GoFest, then it was at least worth it. But now GoFest is over, and there still seems to be connection issues here. So that's a little upsetting. So I'm trying to do whatever I can just to play as much as I can. But obviously, if you don't have service, can't play the game. So I'm basically, what I'm trying to do now is switch out my buddy. It looks like it's gonna let me. Very sad to switch out my buddy. You see, my buddy's been Mew ever since I claimed him. So that was awesome to have Mew as my buddy. You can see I walked a total of 644 kilometers with him already. So kind of a bummer to switch him out, but I definitely want that Espeon, shiny Espeon. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this strongest CP Eevee that I've caught right now. Shiny Eevee at 674, I believe, was the CP on it. So I'm gonna do that just because I want to get that's the one I want the most, is the shiny Espeon. So I'm gonna see if that trick works. So basically the trick is you have to walk with it. You have to collect 2 candies and then also rename it. Ooh, a 781. So I'm gonna catch that off screen with 2 hands. So yeah, so I switched out my buddy to try and get that lime green or neon nuclear green Espeon. So I'm gonna evolve that one as soon as I can, as soon as I collect those 2 candies to see if the trick still works. Otherwise, struggling against the heat, struggling against phone service, and trying to get some more shinies. Let's get them. All right, traders, here we go. Got that shiny Eevee, so I'm gonna try my best to do AR Plus mode for you guys. However, it's been glitchy, so yep, screen's dead. So that's my one only time I'm gonna do the AR Plus this time, because it just doesn't work. Oh, yep, so that one ran for good. I tried to log back into the game and rush over and find where I caught it, because if that happens to you guys, if you click on one and something glitches, if it's still spawned and you click back on it, it'll still be shiny for you, so you can potentially go back and get it. But if it has already despawned, obviously there's nothing you can do. So I try to go get it again, despawned. So I tried an AR Plus, got burned on it, and that's usually the practice that I've been using, is I try one, if I get burned, then I don't use AR Plus. By the way, in case I forget, thank you to Nicole from the Des Plaines Raid crew. Wearing my Des Plaines shirt representing. That's awesome. On the back here I got my name, Moose Punk, with the Valor sign. So thank you so much, Nicole. She was nice enough to actually get these t-shirts screen printed for all of us, the Des Plaines Raid crew, and they come in the color of your team, so that's also pretty cool. Big shout out to the Des Plaines Raid crew. I haven't been really raiding lately because number 1, the Reggies kind of suck. I'm very not excited about them. Number 2, the best thing for experience is actually increasing friendship level, not raiding, not evolving. So also raids don't matter as far as experience anymore. And thirdly, I only have about an hour and a half to about 2 hours that I can play per day. So I have to sort of pick and choose how I play. And lately with the whole gift giving thing, I really try to keep up with that. So I currently have about 114 friends that I try to send to gifts to daily. So that's why I haven't been raiding lately, because all I do is collect gifts and send it. But just want to make sure to send a huge shout out to the Des Plaines Raid crew. The struggle is real. So this whole entire time it seems like my service is getting worse and worse and worse. I can now not even log into the game. Just very frustrated in general, very upset about this. You know, I lost one with AR Plus. Sprint, which is the sponsored service provider, is the worst to use around here. I can't even play the game. Yeah, so there we go. Another shiny Eevee. It's been forever. So I pretty much got lucky like the first 20 minutes, and then I didn't see a shiny until right now. So now it's 3 o'clock. There is 1 hour left on the event. And finally, thank you again, Biznut, for helping me out. We came up with this idea to try and set up a personal hotspot, so that's what we did. So I finally have service where I can play the game. So about Lincoln Park Zoo, if you guys are using Sprint, be extremely careful with it, because it could work, it could not work. But on days like this, where you want to make sure that it's working, you either have to bring that external like hotspot, or if you have a friend that has a different service provider that is able to do a hotspot for you, that's what I would recommend, because Sprint seems like just the absolute worst service for these types of things. So finally, for the last hour, I don't have to worry about bad service. I can just walk around, shiny check the heck out of everything. So that's exactly what we're doing, trying to get more shinies.
Oh my.
I really, how many is that for you, Majin Snail?
So I think 10 on my main account and 2 on the other one.
Jesus. Dang, so let's just say 10 total. Oh my God, that's insane. Wow, congrats, and congrats to any other trainers who really made a killing today. I'm gonna get back to the grind and try and get myself a few other shinies. I also really wish that I can go in AR Plus mode for you guys. I love that footage. I wish I can do it, but it's really glitchy and I already lost one, so I'm not willing to lose any more. So we'll just have to see how many more shinies I can get by today. Let's check it out. 20 minutes left of the Eevee event. I think I'm up to either 6 or 7. I'll have to check at the end, but that is not a bad rate for having a ton of issues and stuff like that. Other people have been luckier. The person who stole all of mine, and probably a few of yours too, Majin Snail. Did you ever count how many you got?
Yeah, so I just did a count. I got 16 shinies. 16 shinies, 20 minutes left, so he'll probably get a couple more. That's insane. Biznud, what's your count? What are you up to?
I think I'm around 10.
Around 10, so wow. As usual, Lincoln Park Zoo, an awesome area for spawns. There's a ton of them. Really bad area if you have sprint service, but otherwise you're gonna have a great time out here. Trainers, there's now about 1 minute left on the event, so I'm hoping for some last minute magic, but most likely not gonna happen. Let's be realistic. So what we're doing now is going back towards this mail wall raid to try and get a shiny one on that to finish off Community Day. I did pretty good so far, so let's see how many I have in my inventory. Bam, that's 4 o'clock, so that's the end of the event. So my first day caught a total of 6, had a bunch of login issues that really didn't help it. So it is what it is. I'm gonna think twice about coming back here on sprint. Again, a very good area, but very bad for sprint service. So we're gonna go hop into this mail wall ride, and then probably next time you see me, I'll be evolving some Eevees. So see you guys there. What's up, trainers? So basically, it's now been several days since the shiny Eevee Community Day weekend, and I thought I would give you guys an update and also evolve all my shiny Eevees into all the different evolutions for you guys. So on the side of the screen here, you can see all of the different Eevees being evolved. So basically, in summary, at Lincoln Park Zoo, I was able to catch 6 shiny Eevees. The following day, I was not able to play, but my buddy Biznud, thank you so much, fortunately was able to just grab my phone, my Go Plus, and he managed to Go Plus 7 of them for me. So yeah, so that brings me to a grand total of 13 shiny Eevees. Now I went ahead, did all the evolutions, and I did manage to evolve all the different forms. I did get burned on one of them because basically what I did is I looked up the first website on how to evolve Eevee into an Umbreon and Espeon because there is a trick. And so basically on that first website, it said that you just need to have it as your buddy, walk 10 kilometers, collect 2 candies, and then if you evolve it during the day or night, then it's gonna turn either into the Umbreon or Espeon. Now, unfortunately, what that website left out is that you also had to have him as your buddy. So unfortunately, I didn't know that because I only read the first website, and so I switched mine out to try and get another one started, and so basically I did the trick wrong. So then afterwards I did the research and I realized, oh man, that first website didn't specify it. So I think a lot of other trainers got burned on that one. So you know what, lesson learned, make sure to get that verified, you know, on many different websites before you do something as valuable as an evolution trick, because that definitely burned me. But in the end, I did manage to get all of them, and I still have 3 left over for future generations because we're gonna get the Glaceon, the Leafeon, and the Sylveon, I believe, in future generations. So hopefully you've also saved 3 shiny Eevees for the future. Now, about the event itself, this one kind of came at a worse time for me. Like I mentioned, I couldn't play Sunday because I had an open house, so I was not able to play Sunday. Now Saturday I had showings before the event, which made me late to the event, and you can imagine on top of being late how horrible it was to find parking downtown. So I was really late for the event. And then I also had to leave right on time because afterwards I had some more showings after, so that was very stressful. On top of that, I wore the wrong shoes, so almost immediately my foot was sore and bleeding, so I was limping the whole time. And then, as you saw there, I had a lack of service. So this is now the second time that I've been burned majorly by Sprint, and I have not had service pretty much the whole time. Luckily, we finally managed to figure out that within the last hour, I was able to get hooked up to a hotspot of my buddy Biznut again. Thank you again. Wow, Biznut hooking it up lately. But in any case, so if you have Sprint, consider not going to Lincoln Park Zoo, just because the best place to play is where you don't have service. So unfortunately, I think I'm not going to be going there for, you know, a couple more months at least, just to see what's up with the Sprint service out there. So there you go. This was sort of the worst experience for me ever. Now, what made it great though is the trainers that walked up to me. Several trainers walked up to me and say, hey Moose Punk, nice to see you again. I watch your content. And so that is hands down the motivation for me to keep making content, to keep doing this, even when I'm really stressed, even though when it's hard for me to put out videos, I'll still do my absolute best and keep going for you guys. So thank you so much for all the trainers that stopped me and said hi. I really appreciate that. So that's about it. Hope everybody had a shiny, fruitful weekend. Keep a lookout on my Twitter page, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be going to the Botanic Gardens for this next one. It's Chikorita. No one really cares about it, but I figured kind of perfect timing because the green and the Botanic Garden, kind of cool. So keep a lookout for that on my Twitter. Link in the description. Otherwise, hope everybody had an awesome time. Looking forward to many future videos and meetups. And that's about it. Just hope you guys have an awesome time playing Pokemon Go these days. Lots of new stuff, so hope you guys are enjoying it.